What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be talking about the top pros and cons of dropshipping. And if you guys don't know, my name is Joel. I come out with videos every single day. So be sure to subscribe down below to stay up to date. So before we get into the pros and cons, we have to talk about what is dropshipping. So overall, it's a fulfillment model that allows you to not have inventory and only order the product once a customer places an order on your website. And once you find a product that you want to sell, you just find a supplier, let's say on AliExpress. Then whatever the price that they're charging for their products, you charge higher on your store. Then once you pay for that product, you give them all the shipping information. It's basically hands off from there, and the supplier takes care of the rest, delivering the product. Overall, what you're doing is finding a trending product, building a Shopify store out of that, and then fulfilling the orders once they start coming in. So first off, we're going to start out with the pros of dropshipping in 2023. And the main one is you can start this business completely free. Actually, more now than how it was a couple of years ago. And that's mainly because of the organic reach that a lot of platforms now have, especially with TikTok. You have Instagram Reels. You also have YouTube Shorts, which are actually going insane. And you can create a Shopify store completely free as well. You can get a 120-day free trial. And I'll actually link that down in the description down below if you guys want to check that out. You're probably wondering, well, I have to buy a store link, right? I have to buy a domain link. Although the .myshopify link doesn't look that professional, you can still use it until you're ready to purchase a domain, which is only like $14 a year. And unlike other business models like Amazon FBA, where you have to order inventory up front in order to send it over to Amazon, with dropshipping, you never have to spend a dime on any product until you actually get the order. And that's why it's much different from a lot of other business models like affiliate marketing or SMMA. So there's a lot lower barrier to entry. So going on to the second pro, we have you can basically sell anything. At the end of the day, it is your own business. It is your own website. So there are no restrictions on what you can exactly sell. Like you can go on AliExpress and there's just millions upon billions of products that you can sell on your website and directly import. And this is very different from platforms like Amazon where you're restricted for certain categories. And it's actually insanely easy to find suppliers for products. Like you can go on Alibaba, you can go on AliExpress. There's different private agents and suppliers that you can use like USA Drop, Apparolo, CJ Dropshipping. There's tons of different resources that you guys can use, and there are tons of reviews on these different platforms as well. So you can get a really good idea of the types of products that you would be dropshipping. So it feels a lot more like you're running a business over the long term as opposed to like a giant brand like Amazon owning your company. Now going on to the third pro, we have the fact that you can scale this business to the moon. There are no limits on platforms. You can basically sell your products anywhere. And let's say you start selling really well on TikTok. Well, now you can start branching out, selling on like Facebook, Google, Pinterest, Snapchat, and get access to billions of people. And it's actually not that hard to do. Like you can go from 0 to 100 very quickly. And that's mainly because you can use different things like cash flow and credit card. They even have credit cards now, like an American Express Gold card that'll actually scale up with your brand. It has no set credit card limit. There are so many different brands out there that have graduated from doing dropshipping into turning into multi-million, if not billion-dollar companies. An example would be Hey Silky Skin with their laser epilators. You got BlendJet with their portable fruit blender. And you have Galaxy Lamps, which is one of the first people that started dropshipping the Galaxy projector. And then also you have Ultabody, who started dropshipping simply by uploading videos on TikTok of the Backcracker. And now they have their own branded websites and products, and they have, so they're sending all their stuff over to content creators. I think they're even running paid ads now. So there's really just endless potential with this. And on top of this, once you build up your store or your brand to a certain point, you can sell it for millions of dollars and have a really good exit strategy. Now, don't get me wrong, there are a ton of products out there that you can sell maybe for like 1 or 2 months and then they die out. But if you really focus and hone in on products that you can sell for the long term that solve a big problem and provide an actual value to a customer, you can make a ton of money and scale to the moon. Now going on to the fourth pro is just the passive income and freedom lifestyle that dropshipping can give you. A lot of other businesses out there, especially outside of the e-commerce niche, are very hands-on. And although they can be super profitable and make you a bunch of money, they can also take up a lot of your time. An example would be like couch flipping, a business model where you can profit insane amounts of money within a couple of months, but it's pretty physically demanding and you're going to need a little bit of startup capital for that. And the cool thing about this passive income is that once you start scaling and things start to be more consistent, you're going to be able to outsource different things like your ads, content creation, even your fulfillment, your customer emails. This way you're only spending at most a couple hours a week on it. And because of these things, like I'm able to do whatever I want, whenever I want. Like I went on a cruise back in June and July without having to tell my boss that, hey, I'm taking out vacation time or whatever. Because once you set everything up and you outsource a lot of the major tasks, You're only just left with time with yourself and for you to invest that time and money into other business ventures. And this is exactly why most people, I think, want to get into dropshipping. At the end of the day, don't expect something like this on your first couple of products. It can take a ton of different products. It took me anywhere from like 20 to 40 different products before I found my first winner. But once you find something that sticks and you have a good team and you're consistent, then that's when you can take your hands off and then just live your own life. Now, going on to the cons. For the first con, we're gonna be talking about how you have to manage everything yourself. In the beginning, when you're just starting, you have to create your own ads, you have to create your own website, you have to answer customer emails. There's so many different skills that you have to learn to make this work. And this can be quite overwhelming, especially if you're completely new to dropshipping. Even with all the different videos and even this video online, you don't really learn any of these things until you actually start doing them. And this is pretty different from other platforms as well. Like let's say we have Etsy or Amazon, where they already have a marketplace of millions of people that want to buy your products. And your job is basically just to go out and find a good product to sell. And although this is mostly a con, I think it can be a pro for some people, mainly because they want to be more hands-on and manage everything themselves, especially if you're a perfectionist. Now, going on to the second con is that products can actually get saturated very quick nowadays. And that's mainly because a lot of people use the exact same research methods. Like they go on TikTok, they look up TikTok, maybe buy it. They use all these different product research tools that everyone else is using. So as soon as you try to start selling the product, you have like a million other competitors. And the main thing that you guys need to do is to differentiate your product research methods. This way you can find products that are super unsaturated, have very little competitors, and there's tons of room for improvement for you to start selling it. So what I recommend that you guys do is just check out my video on how to find unsaturated winning products, because this is going to help you guys out drastically. This way you can hop on trends super early, be the first to sell it, and make a ton of money. And you're probably asking, well, is dropshipping saturated then? The answer is no. Dropshipping can never actually be saturated, and mainly because there are millions of products that are coming out every single week, every single day. And there's also repeat products. So products that perform well for 3 months will also perform well again, maybe 6 months later. Not only do we see that with some products, we also see that with like seasonal items. So the name of the game is just to hop on products as soon as possible. And then going on to con number 3 is the shipping times. Now, regardless of this video and all the other videos out there of different alternatives, like 99% of dropshippers are going to be using AliExpress in the beginning to fulfill products. And this is going to get you around 30 to 60 days for shipping times, not including processing days. This is why it's very important for you guys to be using alternatives. And I recommend using USA Drop, CJ Dropshipping, Epirolo, and Source and Box. And even by using these alternatives, you're going to be getting around 7 to maybe 20 days for shipping times. And really the only way that you guys can avoid this is by having your own inventory, warehouse, and having some sort of 3PL that can fulfill all of your orders. An example would be like Ship Hero that I use for one of my brands that can get around 3 to 5 days shipping for the United States. But other than that, you guys, there's pros and cons with every single business that you get into, and dropshipping is no exception of that. But I think compared to a lot of other business models out there, this one is the easiest to start at any age. So if you guys like videos like this, be sure to subscribe down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.